In this video, I'm going to show you how to create the wheat ear stitch. Again, I'm working from the left side of my work, which will be the top of the ear of wheat. If you were doing a border, you'd probably want this to be continuous, but if you're just doing individual ears with the little kernels sticking out of them, they usually have one little tuft at the top and then a tuft between each kernel. So to demonstrate that, I'll start with just one stitch to be the very top bit of the wheat kernel, and then we will come down about 1/4 inch to form the next one. And so this is unlike a traditional chain stitch in that we're going to form the chain by sliding the needle underneath that previous stitch to make the chain, the loop of the chain. Now, if you have difficulties with chain stitch in general, you could certainly work them backwards this way as well, and that's very effective. Okay, so after forming that loop, we're going to come out to the side and create one of the little hairs that would come off of the kernel down at the same point. Then come to the other side and create another little spike. Okay, after that's formed, we'll come down another 1/4 inch or so and start to form the next loop. So again, we'll slide it underneath all of those stitches. I'm using the eye of my needle so it won't catch on anything, and then bring it back down in the same hole, creating the chain stitch. So if you find this a little fiddly, you could do a mock wheat ear stitch by doing a row of chain stitch first, and then coming back through and adding each of these little angled stitches to create the little hairs on the wheat kernels. The other reason you might want to do that is if you wanted to do this two-tone, maybe a darker green chain stitch and then come back through with a lighter green or some other color to create the little hairs coming off of them if you just want a textured stitch. This is a great stitch for adding a little bit more dimension and color. You could keep embellishing it by putting a French knot at the base of each loop. Lots of other ways that you can add to this. So again, make each little V-shaped stitch to create the hairs coming off of the kernel of wheat. And then move down about 1/4 inch, come up, and slide your needle underneath all of those stitches to pull it back through for that loop. And that is the chain stitch variation called the wheat ear stitch.